We're going to finish tying up here our meat. You see I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, nice and tight. Our ends, we're going to be a little worried about it, but let me show you what we're going to do. You notice we're out here, our cheese is melting. That's okay, those things happen. Work quickly, don't worry about it. Let me show you how we're going to make this happen. I cut a little too short on my string. See, those things happen to me as well, so that's okay. Just don't want them to happen to you all the time. We're going to take our string and we're going to wrap it right around here, our end piece of twine. We're going to make a little slip knot just so that it's going to keep everything in place. I'm going to come around, I'm going to loop it under our middle piece of string. It is best to take and let this refrigerate overnight, as we did with our first piece of meat that we cooked on the grill. And the reason being, it gives your cheese the opportunity to harden up, and it gives everything the opportunity to just get a nice shape. Now we're going to cut this right there. And today we're going to work with this as it is. A little oil on there. All right. And then we're going to take and put it right on our grill. Now, our grill is going to be nice and hot. This has great heat here. Our potatoes are roasting nicely. Remember, the oil is going to bring up the fire, but what I'm going to do is take and put a piece of aluminum foil on top. We have a little oil on there, and we're going to get it nice and golden on one side. Our potatoes are looking good. We took off the top of our grill so that way you could see everything. You would take at this point, bring the top down, make sure that your flames are at a minimum. You don't want it too high up. If you don't have a top, or maybe it's not working or you're not comfortable, just put a piece of foil on there. You're going to turn this 3 or 4 times to make sure that each side is golden in color. And this is what we're talking about, golden. See this? You're going to want to make sure that you let your meat rest, okay, at least 15 minutes. You wouldn't cut it right away. And we're going to come back and cut. If you had scissors, you could just cut each piece of string at the knot. We'll just slide this right through. Isn't this beautiful? Now, that's coming out, that's okay. We'll get that fixed. We're going to garnish our plate with this. My meat is sizzling. I want to make sure that my flame isn't coming up. It's working out well. How are my potatoes? They're looking good. They have a wonderful crust on them with that scallion and fresh cilantro that we chopped and put on there. All right, a little pepper we can put off to the side. This guy we can bring into the center. We're looking good. Now our meat, we're going to take and we're going to slice it on an angle. The presentation on this is beautiful. You can do thin slices, you can do thick slices. So make sure you cut all the way through. Look at our presentation. Our cheese gives it a nice flavor. Your cheese is, you're going to have the flavor from the cheese there and the presence, but you're not going to have big, thick chunks of cheese right there. So make sure you keep that in mind. It's there, but it's almost going to melt in. We have a dynamite medium rare here. This is really good. Okay, just take your time. Lay that on there. You see how we slice this? Now, this can easily serve 7, 8 people. Have some great dinner rolls. Your roasted potatoes garnished on the side. Makes a fantastic sandwich. You don't need any sauce with this at all. This is fantastic. Nice and juicy. See how wonderful that looks? Our next task here is to take and work with our peppers. I'm going to grab one of my plates right here. Show you what we're going to do. We're going to slice this in half. Look at the juice that is inside, and I can see the steam that's coming out from there. You have a great juice that's right there. We push that right away. Some people like to run your peppers under water, and they say it just takes the skin right off. You know, I think you lose some of the flavor that way when you let your peppers just be beat up under some cool running water. You let that flavor go. Just let your pepper cool all the way down, all right? Push the charred piece off. And I don't know if you've ever done this before, but the charred piece doesn't taste so well. Some people have said to me, why don't you use the charred, you know, because maybe they like burnt toast. Well, it's a different flavor. It's not tasty. We have the wind is attacking us here. Let me put this off to the side. And look, you could take this, even serve it around if you did some extra. This would look great with red pepper and yellow pepper, all right? Our potatoes, let's see how these are doing. These are beautiful. We're going to take and push them right on there. Let's put this down. Easy, buddy. Always happens when you're outside. It's beautiful all day, and then all of a sudden, no, this is fine. I'm going to let them get a little more color. I'm going to add the rest of these on there. We have a simple dish. Our spinach, you see, is not overcooked. It has a great green color to it. It looks beautiful. Just to review our show today, we did butterflied filet of beef tenderloin stuffed with spinach, Boursin cheese, some roasted red pepper. We talked about roasting peppers and how to clean the skin off. And then we did some great red potatoes in a marinade. And we took them, we skewered them, and we roasted them on the grill. A great summer meal.